Death Star plans are not in the main computer.
Where are those transmissions you intercepted? What have you done with those plans?
We intercepted no transmissions. This is a consular ship. We're on a diplomatic mission.
If this is a consular ship, where is the ambassador? Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive!
What is up, you guys? Claudio back again with the spoiler review of Rogue One. Man, first I have to say that I might have sounded a bit unenthusiastic when I did my spoiler free review, and this is a movie that you need to take your time with, I figured. After I gave it a few days now, I really start thinking about the movie. It gets better. I think I was kind of in shock a little bit when I came back from the theater straight into doing the review. I don't think that was such a great idea, to be honest. Since then, the movie has grown on me a lot. I don't really feel the same way about things. So it is different for sure. But anyway, let's get into the spoilers. Yes, Vader. We can start with Vader. They have the chance to put him in the movie for real, right? Wreak some havoc and, really be like a kick-ass villain, which he was. And people are complaining about the screen time he had. I think Vader had like 5 minutes of screen time in total. Not much more than that. But he was in the most brutal scene I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie or Star Wars related movie. This is not a Star Wars movie. This is a Star Wars story. It's supposed to be work without the influence of the Star Wars franchise as we know it. But to be quite honest, no, it really doesn't. Because Vader is in it, R2-D2 is in it, 3CPO is in it, fucking Leia is in it, Grand Moff Tarkin is in it, what the fuck? So it's, does it work without the others? No, I don't think so. I don't think it will. Kind of, it does. But what I want to say is basically that Vader had one of the most baddest scenes I've ever seen him in this movie. And people are complaining that he wasn't in the movie that much. No, because he didn't need to be. But the scene I'm talking about, you guys know because you've seen this, because this is a spoiler review, is of course the scene at the end when he goes after the plans himself, end up on that ship, and you see the hallway and the lightsaber, and he massacres a bunch of rebel alliance people. Man, that shit was fucking rough. Such a badass. As bad as he's ever been. That was really fucking cool. What else? Yeah, I mentioned that R2-D2 was in it as well. And 3CPO. For a split second, they said something. No, not even that important. I don't even remember what they said. I mentioned Leia. Yeah, she was in it. But the young Leia, they had done the computer animations team over at Skywalker Ranch, did a young version of Princess Leia, which was pretty cool. But the coolest thing was actually Grand Moff Tarkin. He was in the movie quite a lot, to be honest, and he was completely digital because That old man died back in the late 80s or early 90s or something like that. So he's been dead for quite some time now. Very interesting how they did that, and very cool, to be quite honest. What else? No crawl text at the beginning of the movie. That was kind of weird. I was like, what the fuck? No crawl text? You know, nothing like that. It just kind of started. I was like, wait, what? What? So that was kind of weird. Also, the music. I know I mentioned this in my spoiler-free review. I kind of missed John Williams. I have to be honest. Sometimes they borrowed some snippets from his typical Star Wars melodies, like for instance when Vader entered, like the victory theme. They had that for a little while there, and the Star Wars theme at one point. But it didn't really gel with the. I missed John Williams, even though I think that Michael Giacchio did a great job in the movie. It was good, but something felt off for me anyway. So that was that. Also, the first act was kind of slow. It was, but it took a while. It kind of took a while, but at the end, now that I've reflected upon this, I gave it a few days and I really landed on my opinion. Well, I am very satisfied with this movie, even though it might have seemed that I kind of wasn't in the other review I did. But yeah, I am. I love how they tie this movie directly into A New Hope. When Vader slaughtered those people, he went through the door. You basically see Leia's ship take off. That's what's up. And I'm like, oh my god, we are exactly where A New Hope starts. That shit was fucking awesome. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. So fucking cool. Now, back to the characters of this movie. I felt, because they die, I kind of guess you know by now, because we don't see any of them in A New Hope or anything. Yeah, they do. It was a bit of a disappointment in a way, you know, to see all the characters die basically, even though you knew it would happen. You kind of wanted something better for those characters after a while. And I started reflecting upon this when I was thinking that the characters weren't layered enough, because they didn't really make me feel as I would have with other characters if they've died. But it's really not. It's the other way around. It's the fact that you care a lot about those characters, that you don't wish them that. You kind of wish that the outcome would have been different, you know, that they were, you know, just take off with their ship and, you know, be somewhere else and not involved with the rest of the Star Wars shit. I don't know. That was kind of what I felt. I felt it sucked a little bit. First, when Donnie Yang's character gets shot multiple times, that was kind of, that sucked. To be honest, I don't remember his name. Irichu, something like that was the name of the character he played. And when his friend came for him, that was kind of sad. And in the background, you see Bodhi's ship blow up with him in it, and I was like, oh my god, this sucks. At the same time, you had Jyn Erso and Cassian going for the plans up to the tower, the top of the tower, and they were kind of like all scattered all over the place. I kind of wanted them to. I wished that they were being more like close to each other, united, like at the end. You know what I mean? So that kind of sucked, but I mean it needed to be done. That's kind of the deal with this movie. You know what would happen. And I'm not talking about Bothanson or anything, because that's the other Death Star, so don't get shit confused here, alright? K2SO, man, death, he was a fucking droid, was fucking sad. So sad, like a heroic death. He just took the bullets and he did the best that he could at fighting them off. And he killed a bunch of stormtroopers. But at the end they kind of got him and he did his job. And I was kind of sad when that happened. I was like, man, what? And then after that it began, you know. All these people fucking dying. Yeah. I don't know, man. I thought that Orson Krennic, the bad guy, dude with the white cape, that he deserved better than just a fucking shot to the chest or whatever the fuck he got from Oyarzo. Or was it Cassian? I don't remember. Anyway, it was kind of weird. I thought maybe it would have been cool if he fell off the antenna. That would be fucking very Star Wars-ish. But no, he didn't. So that was kind of like, alright. And then you see Cassian and Jyn by the seashore, looking at the wave of destruction heading towards them after the Death Star blasted at them, basically. That shit was fucking terrifying, if you really think about it. We saw it first on Jeddah, on that planet, with Saw Gerrera and that whole shit. But it kind of ended that way for them as well. The Death Star taking out the crew of the Rogue One, with all the other rebel forces being on that planet at that moment. Also loved, what was his name? Admiral Raddus. Yes, that was his name. Admiral Raddus looks like Admiral Akbar. Remember Admiral Akbar? The dude looks kind of like a fish, and he talks like this, and he is the admiral of the rebellion army and whatever. He's like a, I don't know. He's like a fleet commander of some sort. Anyway, in the other Star Wars movies, here we have a similar one, but his name is Raddus, and he looks exactly the same, but he's kind of a bluish color, and he's really fucking cool. He's like the equivalent of Akbar, but in this movie. I really like him. He was pretty cool, to be honest. I thought that Galen Erso had too little screen time. I thought that he would play a bigger part in this, to be honest. And I love the character. It was pretty cool, but I wish we had some more. I kind of wished that he and Jyn had like a better reunion. That, to be honest, not only because I love Matt Mikkelsen and his acting, but because I thought that they kind of deserved that after what happened with the wife in the beginning of the movie, she being a fuck up and showing up there and trying to shoot his personal little army of stormtroopers or death troopers or whatever they were called. Those guys took a bunch of rebels out. The black stormtroopers, Jesus Christ, man, that was pretty cool. They really do aim well, those black stormtroopers. I wonder what happened to them afterwards, because we never saw them again, I think, in the other Star Wars movies. Maybe they retired. Anyway, I have to say, I get a little bit. I thought that I knew kind of what was going to happen, and I was like, after I saw the movie, I was like all quiet and speechless and a little bit in shock, I think. Check out this clip, by the way.
What did you think?
It's amazing.
Yeah? Yeah.
Everybody got quiet after it was done.
What do you mean they got quiet?
We were sort of stunned, right?
It was kind of awkward almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
because-
right?
Well, Kathy Kennedy and Gareth Edwards kind of looked over to us and like, guys, what did you think? What did you think? And we were all just blank. Just completely silent. I think it's like, guys, please tell us you liked it. We're like, yeah, no, it was good. We're just having a panic attack.
Yeah, kind of like that. And I don't know, man. That's kind of how I felt when I left the movie theater. But after a few days, I've processed it all. I'm gonna watch this movie again for sure. I think it's climbing, man. It really is a cool movie. Not only because of the scenery and the shots, the angles and everything, but it is a cool standalone movie. But I don't think that it could really hold it without the support of the other Star Wars movies and the knowledge that we as fans have before going to see this movie. We know it's not a Star Wars movie, but the references are everywhere, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore you with more spoilers. I don't even remember any more spoilers at the moment. Not big ones, anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna watch the movie again. I suggested you do the same as well. As I mentioned before, this is spoiler territory, and if you watch this far, then you kind of fuck yourself. But anyway, check out the movie. It's totally worth it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.